Hey, what is up guys? Diluc here, welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. Alright, this is a topic that I've been wanting to do for a long time, but I just couldn't find the time to do it. It's been a lot of things going on in my life, and of course with the other game I played, Brave 9. And I think this is a very important topic, and hopefully I'm not too late, because the whole idea or the whole reason why I'm making this video is for the shop right now. If you guys are not aware, the current weapon in the shops, they are the Blackcliff weapons, and in 5 days time these weapons are going to disappear. They're going to go away. They will be replaced with the royal weapons, and I feel like I don't want to miss this opportunity to tell you guys how good or how awesome the Blackcliff weapons are. But today we'll be specifically focused on the Blackcliff slasher. Now if you have a Diluc, right, it's something that I've seen a lot of beginners player, what they do is they equip this weapon on Diluc. Not the Blackcliff slasher, but rather the Prototype Archaic. And I'm going to tell you guys why that might not be the most optimal weapon, so stay tuned. Let's dive into it. Now, for those of you who are not aware, my Diluc is almost completely built. I mean, I say almost because there's still something lacking on him. Alright, mainly is the artifact is not fully complete. So currently I'm using Blackcliff slasher. So this is going to give me 55% extra crit damage, right? And you can see in terms of artifacts, I do have the full Crimson Witch Flames. Alright, so I can show you, this is what I have on my feather. Alright, I didn't roll into the crit damage and crit rate, unfortunately. So this is what I have for my flower. This is a pretty good one, I would say. This is what I have for Sense of Eon. Bunch of energy recharge right there. I do appreciate this. Pyro damage bonus, and lastly I do have a crit rate circlet, which is plus 16. So I'm hoping to get a better one because this one has defense percent, a bit of elemental mastery right there, which is not too bad, but yeah, it didn't roll into the attack percent, which is unfortunate. So let me show you guys what this Diluc can do right now currently with a Blackcliff slasher. We're gonna jump right down, and then maybe you guys can see the damage difference between the Blackcliff slasher and the Prototype Archaic. Alright, I'm just gonna use the Q, boom. Alright, and then you guys can see, boom, no crit, 5-6, 5-7, 7-6. Alright, so 5-6 is crit, about 5-5 to 5-6 is crit. Now we're gonna try to swap the Blackcliff slasher into a Prototype Archaic. Now unfortunately when I do this, right, when I switch the weapons around, so right now Diluc stats is about a 67 crit rate, 140% crit damage, is almost 1-to-2 ratio. But if I were to switch this, because this one gives a bunch of crit damage, right, I will have less crit damage for sure. I mean, it makes sense, but I get more attack. So I think I have higher attack 2000 as opposed to 1007 or 1008. But my crit damage is reduced to 84% as opposed to 160 something. Alright, okay, so let me show you guys the potential of this weapon. Again, we're gonna jump into the same boss, do the same thing. Alright, so this weapon, what it does is it gives additional damage proc, which scales off your physical damage, by the way. Alright, so let's go. So you can see I only did about 4000. Alright, let's go in again. So you can see the damage is way less. We are comparing the crit damage right here, is way less. We are doing about 200 to 300 damage less. Alright, so I want to talk about this for a little bit. Now, first of all, I know it's not a fair comparison because I built my Diluc based upon this weapon, which is the Blackcliff slasher. So this gives me a ton of crit damage. So because I get a ton of crit damage right here, and therefore it's much easier for me to build him because I can give him a crit rate circuit. So your weapon, ideally, if you are new, right, your weapon is going to determine like how or what you're going to put on your circlet. Like if you have a crit rate weapon, it makes sense to take the crit damage circlet, and vice versa, right? Because you don't really need too much of the other. But here's the thing, it's more about regarding the Prototype Archaic, which I see a lot of players have been using. So let's talk about this weapon for a little bit and why I think it's sort of a trap on Diluc, especially depending on the situation. If you are building Diluc as your only Claymore user, this weapon is fine. If you are free to play and don't have anything else, this weapon is fine. Alright, don't take the wrong thing away from this video because I'm not trying to say that this weapon is bad. In fact, I'm trying to show you guys how to take advantage of this weapon's proc right here. Alright, can you guys see on hit, normal or charged attacks have 50% chance to deal additional 300% attack damage to opponents within a small AoE, and this can occur every 15 seconds. Of course, if you refine higher, the damage will increase. Okay, so let's go into, we're just gonna fight a random mob. Okay, so let's approach this guy right here. I'm gonna try to hit him. Hopefully get a crit, 1-7. Alright, hopefully that's obvious enough for you guys, right? So we got about 3-2 and 6-3 damage, which is pretty decent, right? But here's the thing. That damage is a crit for sure because I know how strong my Diluc can hit. The thing regarding this weapon is, a lot of players don't really know that this 300% attack damage actually scales off physical. What do I mean by that? So if you have a higher physical damage bonus right here, physical damage bonus, which ideally if you build Diluc, you're not going to invest in physical damage bonus. If you do, I think you're doing it wrong. You should give him pyro damage bonus goblet. But look at this, 0%. So to prove my point, let me try. We're just gonna take this out, okay? Find a physical damage bonus goblet. I think I have some right here. Alright, I'm gonna take this, boom. Alright, can you see? Now I'm doing way more. Like the proc from the weapon that you guys saw, the second proc right there, it deals, how much did that deal? That deals 10k damage. Yeah, I know, that deals 10k damage, which is insane. Now this particular skill right here on this weapon, Prototype Archaic, is insane. And if you have a physical build Claymore character, like for example Razor or even Beidou with physical build, you should be equipping this weapon on Dub as opposed to on Diluc, because Diluc will not be able to fully utilize this weapon. Now again, I want to clarify, every time I say that, people always misunderstood, oh, this weapon is bad on Diluc. No, this weapon is not bad on Diluc, this weapon is not trash on Diluc. It's just that Diluc cannot fully utilize this weapon skill right here, because most Diluc do not build physical, don't have a physical build. Alright, so that's my whole point saying this. If you only have Diluc as your Claymore character and you're free to play, you can't afford anything else, you only have one Claymore, which is this Prototype Archaic, go ahead, use this on Diluc, it's not that bad. But this is more for players who have been playing for a long time, they have multiple Claymores, or you build multiple Claymore characters. For example, you have Diluc and Razor, or if you have Diluc and a physical build Beidou. You might want to consider using this weapon specifically on your Beidou or your Razor. So again, I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna swap back to Beidou, right? And I'm gonna show you my Beidou is a physical build Beidou, but I don't have the best gears on her because I haven't optimized her gears yet, her artifacts. But for the longest time, she has been using this physical damage goblet. Alright. So you can see I managed to do about 9k damage right there with my Beidou, right? So again, Diluc deals more, but because that's only if my Diluc has this artifact, which is a physical damage goblet. That's why he was able to deal more. But in ideal situation, your Diluc wouldn't have a physical damage bonus goblet, which is what I'm trying to say. And just to clarify, because like if you use physical build characters, for example like my Beidou, she can take advantage of Superconduct, right? Superconduct is when you mix in both Electro and Cryo together, so therefore that will even decrease the physical resistance from the enemy. And therefore, it will even improve this weapon's skill even more. So every 15 seconds, you are getting that insane damage boost from either your Razor or your Beidou, which is insane. So if you have a Prototype Archaic, I would suggest using this on Beidou. And I understand that if you might not have a weapon for Diluc, you can always consider the Blackcliff weapons. Now here's the thing, a lot of players have been saying stuff like, okay, this weapon is not so good because of this skill right here. You need to defeat an enemy to get the attack by 12%. But personally, I've been using multiple Blackcliff weapons. I have this on Diluc, and then I have the Blackcliff Warbow on my Ganyu. And truthfully, I will tell you for sure, I'm certain that the crit damage from these weapons outweighs the consistency of this skill. Like the crit damage that you get from this weapon is just invaluable. Until they release another 4-star that has crit damage, you can't beat this weapon right now. It's just insane. Insane value. And it only costs 24 star glitter. You can just buy once. You don't have to. That's the good thing about the Blackcliff weapons, because you only need to buy them once. Because this thing is not so useful, you don't have to buy more to try to refine them, if that makes sense. So yeah, hopefully this video clears things up for some of you. If you have a Diluc on your main first team and then you have a Razor on your second team, then you might want to consider using a Prototype Archaic, which is this one, right, on your Razor. Blackcliff or Diluc is just a way better option if you're trying to min-max as a free-to-play. Alright guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video and you find this informative. If you do, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.